Week 11 of the fantasy baseball season, and here's a few pitchers I look to buy and trade for this week. The first pitcher, Justin Verlander of the Houston Astros. I know Verlander, he's in his 40s now. His best years are behind him, but he's still a productive pitcher, I believe, that could go out there and help fantasy owners and this Astro team. I know out of the gate, once again, just like last season, he missed the first 3-4 weeks of the season on the year. 57 innings, 3-2 record, 51 Ks, 3.95 ERA, 1.21 whip, and 5 quality starts. But the last couple weeks, 17 innings, 0-0 record, 16 Ks, a 4.76 ERA, a 1.18 whip, and a quality start. So Verlander, the last 2 outings, they haven't been good for him, no doubt about it. But I think Verlander could turn things around, and this Astro team as a whole has been slow out of the gate, and they're due to turn things around as well. May 29th in Seattle, 7 innings, no decision. 3 hits, a run, a walk, 9 Ks, a quality start. June 3rd versus the Cardinals, 5 innings, no decision. 7 hits, 4 runs, 2 walks, 4 Ks. And June 9th at the Angels, 5 innings, 7 hits, 4 runs, no walks, 3 Ks, no decision in that one. So his next outing is June 15th. He's penciled in for versus one of his former teams, the Detroit Tigers. And Verlander, like I said, we saw last season where he got out of the gate a little slow and then really turned things around in the second half of the year, especially when he got traded from the New York Mets to the Houston Astros. So right now, after the last 2 games, we haven't seen much from Verlander. He's a perfect buy low candidate because I think he can help fantasy owners as a 4th or 5th starter in their rotation. And like I said, Verlander, second half of the year, over the last couple seasons, he's been better than the first half, even though I know he won the Cy Young Award a few seasons ago as well, where he was good the whole season. Next pitcher, Bryce Miller of the Seattle Mariners. So Bryce Miller, it's been a solid year for him. 5-5 record, 75 2/3, 72 Ks, a 3.81 ERA, 1.02 whip, and 7 quality starts. But the last couple weeks he struggled a little bit. 11 innings, 1-0 record, 10 Ks, 5.73 ERA, 1.18 whip, and a quality start. So Bryce Miller, like I said, he's been a good pitcher, no doubt about it, the last season and change since he got called up from the minor leagues. But anytime a pitcher gets bombed like Miller did in his last outing at the Kansas City Royals, that's when you buy these pitchers low after they get tagged and won, even though they've been good for the most part of the year. May 27th versus Houston, 6 innings, got the win. 5 hits, 2 runs, 2 walks, 6 Ks, a quality start. June 1st versus the Angels, 6 innings, got the win. 3 hits, no runs, a walk, 9 Ks, a quality start. And then June 7th, like I said, with the Royals, got tagged. 5 innings, no decision, 6 hits, 7 runs, 3 walks, and a K. So Bryce Miller, he was just having an off game. His next outing's actually here tonight versus the White Sox, where we know they're one of the worst teams in the league, even though the offense has improved a little bit over the last couple weeks with Luis Robert back in the lineup. But like I said, Bryce Miller, last season he came up, he looked good for the most part till he hit the rookie wall a little bit. And so far this season, he's been one of the solid starters for the Seattle Mariners team. And they're in first right now, playing good baseball. So right now, with the Miller owners not happy after he got rocked in his last outing, this is a perfect time to send some feelers in a trade out there and see if you could get him this week. The next pitcher, Brandon Pfaadt of the Arizona Diamondbacks. So Pfaadt, he's a top prospect in the Diamondback system last season. Last year, he had a 5.72 ERA in 96 innings. And so far this season, it's been a mixed bag of results. 78 1/3, 2-5 record, 76 Ks, a 4.60 ERA, 1.14 whip, and 6 quality starts. But the last couple weeks, he's been batting practice. 18 1/3, 0-2 record, 18 Ks, a 6.38 ERA, 1.31 whip, and no quality starts. So Brandon Pfaadt, I believe he definitely has great potential. He was a former top prospect the last few seasons in this Diamondback system for a reason. Now with the injuries in the rotation as well, he's going to stick in there, especially Zach Allen. We don't know when he's returning. Merrill Kelly, he's still a ways away as well to entering back in the rotation. So Pfaadt, I believe his job is safe for now, and he's going to work out the kinks. And his next outings tomorrow versus the Angels, May 28th, the Texas, 7 innings, got the loss. 6 hits, 4 runs, a walk, 5 Ks. June 2nd at the Mets, 6 innings, no decision. 5 hits, 4 runs, 2 walks, 8 Ks. And June 7th at the Padres, 5 1/3, got the loss. 9 hits, 5 runs, a walk, 5 Ks. So the only thing with Pfaadt is strikeouts is still up there, where it's pretty good, 18 strikeouts in the last 3 games here for Brandon Pfaadt. And like I said, this Arizona Diamondback team last season was definitely a little fluky, where they won 83 games and made the World Series. Back team, I don't think they're this bad, where I think they could turn things around and once again win that 83 to 85 range, where this offense has to get more run support. as well for Pfaadt and the other starters in this rotation. So right now, while Pfaadt's struggling over the last 3 outings, and he hasn't had a quality start since May 21st, this is a perfect time, in my opinion, to go out there and get him because he's got electric stuff. The K rate is still pretty up there, which is a good thing, obviously, and he just has to have a little bit more control and make better pitches in some situations. The next pitcher, Sonny Gray of the St. Louis Cardinals. So Sonny Gray, the big offseason signing for the rotation. And overall on the year, he's been solid, 61 2/3, 7-4 record, 82 Ks, a 3.21 ERA, 1.07 whip and 4 quality starts. But the last couple weeks, he's been in some trouble as Gray. 9 2/3, 0-2 record, 15 Ks, a 6.52 ERA, 1.45 whip, and no quality starts in the time. So the last 2 outings, he's been dinged up for the most part, and short outings they've been for Sonny Gray. And this is when you pounce on these type of pitches after coming off a couple bad performances, and you try to get them in your rotation and on your fantasy team, even though some of these owners aren't going to fall for someone lowballing them in a deal, especially for pitching, which is definitely hard to find. But the last few games for Gray, May 26th versus the Cubs, 5 innings, got the win. 1 hit, no runs, 2 walks, 8 Ks. June 1st at Philly, 5 innings, got the loss, 5 hits, 4 runs, 3 walks, a whopping 10 Ks though. And June 6th versus the Rockies, 4 2/3 in that one. Got the loss, 2 hits, 3 runs, 4 walks, 5 Ks. So his K rate has definitely been great over the last couple games here, with 23 strikeouts in the last 3 outings for Sonny Gray, where he's not that known as a high strikeout guy. Even going back to last season for Sonny Gray, he had 183 strikeouts in 184 innings, where a strikeout an inning is solid. But like I said, some of these games, 8 and 10 strikeouts the last couple for Sonny Gray. So his K rate's been up a little bit over the last couple weeks, which is a good sign. But another guy that some of the pitches have been flat and too much in the zone, where he's been getting hit. But right now, I think Sonny Gray's going to be fine. He's going to turn things around. I know this Cardinal team, they've been a up and down type of team this year, where they got off to a very slow start, and then they've been playing well over the last month of the season. But anyway, while Sonny Gray's been hit pretty decent the last couple outings, he's a guy I would buy this week. And the 5th and final pitcher I look to buy and trade for is Bailey Ober of the Minnesota Twins. So Bailey Ober, it's been a bad year for him for the most part. 5-4 record, 66 2/3, 65 Ks, a 5.13 ERA, 1.19 whip, and 4 quality starts. But the last couple weeks, 14 2/3, 0-2 record, 11 Ks, 7.98 ERA, 1.70 whip. So Bailey Ober's been batting practice the last couple weeks, but I think he's going to turn things around. Last season, he was great, had good ground ball rate, and a guy who get easy outs. And this season, it's been tougher for him to get those early count and easy outs. So the last few outings, like I said, he's been one of the worst starters in fantasy baseball the last 3 outings. May 29th versus the Royals, 5 innings, got the loss, 9 hits, 6 runs, 4 Ks. June 4th at the Yankees, 5 innings, got the loss, 3 hits, 3 runs, 4 walks, 2 Ks. And June 9th at the Pirates, 4 2/3 in that one, no decision. 7 hits, 4 runs, 2 walks, 5 Ks. I believe Bailey Ober, I know the league caught up to him a little bit where last season he was a rookie, and this year it's his 2nd year in the league. And I know he's not a high strikeout guy, like I said, but he's not getting those easy outs early in counts, and that's been the problem. And him going deep into games have been a problem as well. His last quality start was May 12th, and before that, going back all the way to April 26th. So right now, it's been a struggle for Ober. That ERA is an 8 over the last few weeks. But like I said, I believe Ober's going to turn things around, and he's even been dropped in a few percent of fantasy leagues. I think he's definitely a player you could get on a cheap deal for a back-end hitter or back-end of the rotation starter if you want to make a swap pitcher for pitcher. So that's a few pitchers to look to buy and trade for Week 11 of the fantasy baseball season.